Israel, Enzo was looking for you. He said, I remember I fought in the car when you fought Khan. He said, I had to drink with your father. I said, no, that's my father. He said,
Dmitry, Salita, I'm alright, thanks for your time today. Now tell me about your own professional boxing career, and sorry to say this, but obviously a lot of people are going to remember you for the Khan fight.
Right.
Got to be honest, but tell us about the success.
Especially here in the UK.
Yeah.
There was a tough trip to Newcastle many years ago, but I started boxing in 1995 at Starrett City Boxing Club, which produced some of the best fighters in the sport. Myself, Danny Jacobs, Curtis Stevens, Louis Collazo, Shannon Briggs, Monty Barrett, Travis Sims, Zab Judah, the list goes on.
Yeah.
I won the US Nationals, won the Golden Gloves, pretty much won every amateur tournament in the United States. Then I turned pro, and before I fought Amir Khan for the title, I was undefeated, and I won several regional titles and a minor world title as well. And after the fight with Amir Khan, I formed my own boxing promotion company, and first initially for myself, but then I saw a need and a possibility for a new entity and a lot of good fighters not having a place to develop and to progress in the right kind of way. The first fighter that I signed was Jarrell Big Baby Miller. He fought on my show from his second professional fight, and slowly but surely it developed. I have a real love for the sport of boxing, and many years later now, or maybe not that many years later now actually.
Yeah.
I promote the GOAT, Clarissa Shields, who is an incredible athlete, incredible boxer, and I'm very grateful and honored that we're here in the UK. Also, Otto Whalen, who I promote, is on this show as well. So now on the other side of the sport, it's been a great experience for me, and I feel very blessed to be able to experience the sport at a high level as a fighter, and now to be able to experience it as a promoter. Adam Smith, folks from Sky, came to my training camp in the Poconos when I was getting ready for Amir Khan, and now to be here at the press conference. Representing Clarissa is really incredible and really full circle, and I believe this is just one of the next steps in development. But I really believe that our growth and our potential in terms of expanding our brand and our company is happening, and this is going to be a big year for us.
That's an excellent detailed answer. Now, something you hear a lot about are sort of con men in boxing and dodgy managers and so on. You've done extremely well. You've made the transition. But can you explain to us, when people talk about con men in boxing and, as I said, dodgy managers, can you tell us more about that?
That's a great question. And it is very relevant because boxing is the most accessible sport. So anyone can walk into the gym and train next to, for lack of a better example, Liam Williams or Chris Eubank or Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather, let's say 10 years ago. And people that can sometimes talk, can have the gift of gab. Sometimes they befriend a fighter and may not have any experience in boxing, and may have not have the best of backgrounds, and things happen. So it is a very accessible sport. So it's good because boxing fans can go to a gym and see a fighter train and shake their hands. In all the sport, in soccer, in American football, in basketball, you can't just go to the gym and see Michael Jordan, for lack of a better example, or LeBron James train. You would never be able to see them. You would not be able to walk off the streets and become an agent for one of these guys. I don't think so. But boxing is very accessible, and because it's so accessible, it kind of leaves room for folks that may not be qualified, and as you said, may not be on the up and right, and But I do think that fighters and the business is getting more organized and more corporate, and I think it's good for the sport of boxing.
Sounds good. I look forward to seeing the fight. I've got a lot of respect for Clarissa Shields. Hopefully the big fight with Savannah Marshall, we see that this year.
Yes.
But you got any final thoughts on that? And I'll ask you a quick question about Clarissa. I've got a lot of respect for her. I've sparred fighters before, male and female. Now don't get me wrong, I think she'll beat up a lot of men. She'll beat up people like Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn's not a fighter. But when she says stuff like she can take on Keith Thurman and Golovkin, I just think she's going too far with those sort of. I think she's getting carried away. We both know she wouldn't be able. So I wish her well. I think she's a massive star. Can you tell us about her potential, and do you think she gets a bit carried away with what she says sometimes?
Well, I think that to be a supreme athlete, you got to be super confident and put in the work for it, and Clarissa has done that. And I think that Clarissa, there's some athletes that transcend their sport. Billie Jean King, Michael Jordan, Pele, Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson. And Clarissa Shields is one of those athletes.
I agree, yeah, I agree.
Yes, so 20 years from now, folks that attend our fights and watch her on TV, there's going to be documentaries and movies made about her life. But she's just a one-of-a-kind, generational athlete who's responsible, who knows who she is, and certainly in this time of social change, Clarissa is the right person for the right time, and she's doing so much for women all around the world through boxing, but not only in boxing, for equality, for women empowerment. Her God-given talent is boxing, and that's what she's using to reach equality, to reach all the good things that society is striving towards. And I'm very proud and honored to be working with her, because I do feel that through her success, it accomplishes it breaks through social important issues, and that's something that you see with fighters like Muhammad Ali and Billie Jean King and Jackie Robinson. That's what athletes do. Athletes are able to, through their sport, project and talk about things that are important and drive things forward in a good way. And I think Clarissa is one of those special athletes, especially individuals.
No, I definitely see it happening. You know, the Williams sisters, Layla Ali, people like that. But I don't want to take up too much of your time. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you in future.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Dmitry.